everybody likes to talk about the health of an athlete, really only the physical health of an athlete, when their mental health is as important, if not even more important. And if those you don't know on the screen, you have Aaron Hernandez, who was a big time tight end at the University of Florida, went on to play for the Patriots for a couple years. Everybody loved him. He was so sweet, family right here on the side. His wife and daughter, they loved him too, until he started acting different. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew what happened, and he started just going crazy. Some like basically. So, and everybody, like, nobody knew what was going on. Everybody thought, oh, it was just from him not wanting to do this, not wanting to do that. But it was something wrong with him mentally, and nobody wanted to take a look. Well, they couldn't take a look because when he died, they found out it was CTE, and that's something you could only find out when they are dead. And it's just something that I feel like he needed more people around him, and maybe he could have calmed himself down, and he probably wouldn't have did some of the things he did. Um, Data from the American College of Sports Medicine indicates that 35% of athletes struggle with eating disorders, burnout, depression, or anxiety, meaning that athletes trying to find different ways to cope with this anxiety or just struggling mentally. They try to find different ways, but talk to somebody about it. When that's all they need to do, somebody might need to come up to an athlete, just ask them how they doing, how they day been, just something. Anything can help an athlete, because many athletes feel like they're so into their sport and they should just keep it to themselves, especially men. They feel like they're too strong. They don't need to see, nobody don't need to see their no side of them that shows that they're weak. They feel like they're too strong to talk to anybody, or feel like they need somebody to help them out or something. They feel like they're too manly, you know. No, that's the case. Anybody can help anybody in this world. Many athletes suffer from anxiety issues and they are reluctant to admit to coaches. As I said before, many athletes, especially male athletes, do not want to talk about their problems. They just want to go about it, on about their day, because they feel as though if they talk on their problems, the world gonna see them as they're solved. And no, that's not how they gonna see them. They're gonna see them as they're man. They're a man. They're gonna speak up about what's hurting them on the inside and what they need help about. But just a lot of athletes feel like they're too manly, and I want people to start asking these athletes or anybody just how they doing mentally and how they feel and all that, because that will help a lot. That will stop many things that bad that's happening in this world. Athletes must take care of their mental health to maintain peak performance. They're even at higher risk of injury with bad mental health. Yes, athletes need a good mental health to focus on the field, in their coaches meetings, and more. This is how athletes perform well. It all starts with mental. And if an athlete can't think for themselves, or they're thinking about other stuff, they're going to perform bad on the field, and they're gonna start to think too much in a bad situation, which could get them hurt. So athletes need great mental health to perform at the best level and stay away from injury, because it could turn bad for them mentally and physically if they don't do that. Many athletes experience depression once they incur an injury and have to be inactive. Mental health, especially important during rehabilitation. Yes, when an athlete is away from their sport, that's probably one of the even worst times, because they feel like that's all they got is that sport. And when an injury pulls them away from the sport, that makes it really hard for an athlete who really loves the sport. And they could take into doing anything. They could start doing drugs, start drinking, just anything to take their mind off that pain of not being able to play. So I just want people to be able to talk to not even just athletes, but anybody in general. Ask them how they doing, make sure they're all good. That could prevent things like suicide, depression, and more. Because that's not what we want, especially for these big time athletes that a lot of kids look up to. We don't want nothing like that getting on the news for these kids to see. So I just want everybody to watch this, and hopefully they learn something and know, like, this depression, all these suicide, everything is not nothing to play with.